Since I planned the allotment down there by the farm track, the silage has been brought in from the fields, and the process has created some drama, let's say, on the land, and leave it at that. So I've decided to move away from there. I'm going to move here into this far corner area, and which is good in a way. All the aspects are the same. The sun's still the same. The lack of shelter is still the same. But the drainage is better up here, actually. There's a lot of places around here which are showing where the water is not draining very quickly at all. So that's an issue that I'll come back to. But in the meantime, I've just got this nice rectangular area here. I'm just going to create some very simple beds. I was going to get sheets of paper and my pens and pencils and ink washes and go all capability brown and Gertrude Jekyll on you and make some crazy design, but I'm not going to do that at all now. In fact, I'm just going to have a couple of rectangles, I think, and just leave it at that. And that'll be fine. That's more than enough. I need to be micro-ambitious, as I say. Don't get too carried away. The other thing is that all my books say it's all about preparation and weeding and digging and probably raised beds and all of that, but I ain't going to do any of that. Rebel, rebel, I'm going to do my own thing. Partly because this happened, and seeing it all churned up and waterlogged like this has switched my focus from what I might grow to the soil itself. I need to get a grip on that first, I'm sure. All those books talk about, and indeed insist upon, is me knowing my soil. They talk about assessing if it's chalky or sandy or clayey, but it's so much more than that. Soil is its own universe, really, isn't it? It's a wonderful balance of organic matter and billions of microbes like bacteria, algae, fungi, protozoas, all that, all collectively functioning to achieve so many vital things. They're anti-pollutant, they fix carbon to the earth, they create nutrients and protect plants from viruses, and many things besides that make my brain boggle. And along with all the creepies and crawlies, they all live in harmony in beautifully structured, aggregated earth, crisscrossed by worms, all creating this perfect ecosystem, resplendent with water and nutrients and airflow, literally creating the best place to grow plants. Well, that's the idea. Yeah, that's the idea. But the slow draining water here is a sign to me that the structure isn't so good, obviously, or there's some problem. No one knows really exactly what happened here. Nothing's really happened. It's been rough ground, you could argue, for about a decade. It hasn't been farmed, this bit, but the has been churned up a lot with the machinery going back and forth to the farm part. And there's been a lot of dumping and fly tipping and all sorts of rubbish left here, which has been pretty hideous. And I've been here a year and a half, 2 years, and I'm still picking up plastic. Still, it's coming to the surface or floating in from somewhere. Thank you, people. Not you, obviously, darlings. Since we got here, we did power arrow this bit of ground, but it has stayed undisturbed for 6 to 8 months now, which is important to stay with me, because I'm gathering anyway from research that there's this play on words, which I normally can't bear those ones, like people say assume makes an ass of you, wouldn't mean anything. Anyway, but it's recover, that nature will recover itself and recover itself because it can't bear soil. So I'm counting on that, rather, to be honest. But of course I want to lend a helping hand, and for soil to be well structured and well draining, it has to be alive, and that's what I need to help it with. Somehow I need to bring back more life into the soil so that it can restructure itself and hopefully be better draining, unless there's probably some deep problem like some sort of clay cap or something I don't know about, but I guess I will find out. Oh, these chins. I need to lift the camera up, or why did nobody tell me? Or my chin up. Yikes. These luxury chins in high definition. How lovely for you. Oh dear. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, nature, recover. Yes, and in fact, that has begun. The process has already begun. These weeds, so-called, behind me have already begun pioneering their way in and covering the ground. And I'm going to try and help and throw some mulch and organic matter over it, and hopefully that will encourage the microbes and the worms especially to come and feed and pull it down into the ground, if there are any here, if it's not too waterlogged. But I guess we'll see. And hopefully they'll create the perfect soil for me in return for the feast of organic matter that they love. We shall see. It's really all about the worms. Well, to me anyway. I know there's loads of microbes and things, but I can't see them. But I can see the worms. Oh, and my dead magnolia that the deer stripped. They stripped it a bit like a cartoon cat eats a fish, leaving just the backbone. So that's lovely, isn't it? Anyway, but this is my pile of poo. Isn't it lovely? That I'm going to put on the beds once I've marked them out. It's so nice. It's been very well rotted. But within it are many of these little critters. Can you see this? Sorry, I'm doing this into the light. Who are, sorry, I'll put you back. No stress. Who are doing a wonderful job of going vertically and horizontally, depending on which type of worm I gather. And they're aerating the soil and letting the water flow and the oxygen flow, and they should create some fantastic soil. I hope, once they're spread on there. Darwin called them nature's ploughs, which is great, isn't it? Lovely. And so they're going to do the digging so that I don't have to. And I'm not going to. I'm no dig. So I see clearly that I have been focusing way too much on the plants and the vegetables that I might grow and what they need, when clearly the answer really is that if I create and feed a really healthy soil, just about anything will grow, right? Sounds like a good theory, doesn't it? I guess we'll see.